Final Fantasy VII Clash Above Midgar contest submission sent in by one of our Discord expert builders and Diamond patrons. Thank you so much for your support, Leebies. And here he says, "Hey Johnny, Final Fantasy VII was the first game I remember playing over and over again. I've always loved the characters Cloud and Sephiroth and their ongoing rivalry, so I thought I would bring this to Planet Coaster. Clash Above Midgar is my version of that. If I'm not playing Planet Coaster, I'm working my way through one of the Final Fantasy games. There's a dueling barcast coaster complete with triggered events, custom soundtrack for each ride set above Mako producing city of Midgar. This is my first attempt at a dual coasters and wasn't easy. I thought it would be. Thanks for checking it out and I hope you enjoy, and I'm off to finish Final Fantasy 13 playthrough. Leebies can be viewed at day or night, however, night is best to see. Triggered events best viewed in seat view. I think night would be more suitable too because it's Midgar, it's dark there." Alright, here we are everybody. Love the pixel art on Sephiroth and Cloud. Can't wait to talk about this more once we're done riding the coaster. We got the golden saucer off in the background. That is amazing. And the classic iconic shot of Midgar and the airship. Phenomenal composition here. So, you said there was 2 coasters? I guess we're going to try and ride them both. So, let's start with this one, Sephiroth. Well, no, maybe we should start with Cloud. Yeah. So, we have a Barcast Typhoon, 6.83 Excitement, 5.81 Fear, and a 2.14 Nausea.
I am the chosen one. I have been chosen to rule this planet. Show us your answer. Let us see who is the best warrior.
Stay where you belong, in my memories.
Alright, it's time for Sephiroth. Here's a quick look at the stats. 5.73 Excitement, 4.37 Fear, and a 1.23 Nausea. There's the rest of the results. Let's jump on into it.
I am the chosen one. I have been chosen to rule this planet.
Come, planet. Show us your answer.
Let us see who is the best warrior. I've been defeated.
Sephiroth. That is amazing. Lots to talk about here. Final Fantasy VII. Oh my god. So I grew up on the Final Fantasy games. My first one being the original Final Fantasy for NES. Holy moly, I got some stories about that one, but we'll save that for another time maybe. That was definitely one of my favorites. And then 3 came out for the Super Nintendo. Played a lot of that, and it was remade into 6. And that one to me was one of my favorites because the cast of characters and how you played with a party of 4, and you got to play multiple parties at different times. So you got to play a lot more with the characters, the combos, and sorts of things like that. And that's when they kind of introduced the Esper system, which in 7 became the Materia system. 7, however, had a way better combat system, better graphics, and all that stuff. And then you had the Materia, the summons, and tons of different things. 6 had summons as well. But yeah, 7 was a more amped up version, had a, kind of probably a more in-depth story. And I remember seeing this game and I was freaking out. I saw the cinematic shots and I needed to play this game. It definitely has a lot of memories there for me. I think 7 was kind of where I stopped with the Final Fantasies. However, I did play the Lightning one. I think that was like 11 or 12, and it had snow, lightning, and all that. I think I played through that for the most part. Didn't quite finish it though. So for me, I kind of grew up on Final Fantasy games, and just like I said about this in the Mario Sunshine video, I kind of grew away from that. You know, once you've played so many of them, you're into trying new things, different genres, new games, and all that stuff. So Final Fantasy VII for me was the last kind of true hallmark and memory of like, oh, Final Fantasy is such a staple franchise. And I think it is a fan favorite. They are recreating it, and I'm definitely going to play through that. I'm excited for that. So your creation here, what you chose to do here is 2 dueling coasters above Midgar. And it's in my opinion, it's kind of like you created 2 coasters and decorated around that. So it's a themed coaster. Rather than taking us through a part of Midgar or a story, it's a miniaturized version of Midgar, simplified in almost a blueprint form. And I think that's a pretty good approach. I think it's smart. It's not easy to do something this scale. Midgar's obviously huge. So the way you've represented it here with the airship, the golden saucer in the background, the lights, I mean, you nailed that kind of opening shot of Midgar. You really did. And the Shinra Electric Power Company, this is where you have that kind of final battle at Midgar before you go off onto your adventures in the world. It's a very iconic scene, and I think by doing it in this miniature set, it makes it actually doable. If I were to have to choose a scene from Final Fantasy VII or do something of that nature, I wouldn't even know where to begin, because the game is so grand in scale, and I think Midgar would be the place to gravitate towards. But again, if you're to go into it ground level and what's going on down there and the action, it's just too big. So I think what you did here is the best possible scenario or creation to represent Final Fantasy VII. So I think you built this smart. Now, in terms of the coasters themselves, they were pretty good. I didn't really feel like we're dueling and battling that much. I would have liked to see more interaction between the 2 coasters, the Sephiroth and Cloud, more triggered events and kind of fireworks and things of that nature. I would have also liked to see the golden saucer. It's kind of hidden behind the mountain, and we never get to see it on the coaster itself. So it doesn't really, other than looking at it here, it doesn't really play a part in the actual coaster experience. So in terms of the coaster, the ride, I don't really feel like it was as good as it could have been. I think there could have been, you know, a little bit more competitive elements about it. Racing around the reactor, getting real close to each other, sparks flying as they get closer and closer, almost like 2 swords clashing together. I think something like that would have been pretty cool. But aesthetically, again, I think you did what you could and made it feel and look like a Final Fantasy coaster, and it's really polished aesthetically. So I definitely love it. I love it. Brings back some memories. I think it looks like Midgar. So I think it's an amazing little centerpiece here. Let's see how many pieces it is. 7,000. You could almost turn this into a blueprint if you 2-parted it. Very nice. Boom. So there you go. That's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and be sure to keep an eye on the community tab so you guys can vote and decide the top 3 winners of this category. That's going to do it for this episode of Coaster Spotlight. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more daily Planet Coaster videos. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so by becoming a patron. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day, and we'll see you in the next contest entry. Bye now.